We
judge. Now, finally, we have one where we are out of sync.
in sync. No, if anything, it's more in sync.
Okay, in today's episode, we're gonna discuss about learning languages.
Hi.
네, 안녕하세요.
Hi. 감사합니다.
So, well, first of all, let's share how many language do we know? Like we speak fluently. I mean, when we talk about language learning, do you want to consider
Dialects.
writing as well? When it comes to writing, or is this just
let's vocals, oral is most important.
just orally lah? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Then
Speaking
I,
is most important.
okay, then I have more confidence.
I know.
So,
I understand.
so you can go first. What language?
As a typical Malaysian Chinese, as a typical Chinese Malaysian, we've got the three:
Of course.
English, Chinese, the Ching Chong. Can't forget.
Hey
the
yo,
Ching
my chings.
The Chings. And then we've got the mother tongue, Malay.
Of course.
Then dialect-wise, I think my Cantonese is reasonable.
Mm.
I can communicate with Cantonese.
Mm.
Hokkien's, I still need to brush up because I didn't grow up with Hokkien by any means. It was mostly Taiwanese dramas.
Those fucking long dramas
Long
that
ass
last
dramas,
like
man.
3 years.
No,
despite showing on air before the afternoon news and after the afternoon news for 1 hour both, and for every day during the weekday for 3 years, it's still not ending. So yeah, I understand.
yeah,
And then Hokkien.
Hokkien. I did pick up Japanese back before I was traveling. I already put that aside once I finished my travels. Yeah, I think that's about it. So I guess 5 because I don't want to count Japanese. It's like just I picked it
Yeah.
up for fun.
Yeah. Like for me, same,
Yeah.
Malay, very fluent in Malay.
Very fluent in Malay. Chinese not so much.
Chinese, a bit better than the a bit better than primary school.
yeah.
Like I mean, I can speak like a conversational,
Yeah,
but then
conversational is
when it
fine.
comes to like accuracy of the tones, we have that what, five, six tones.
No,
Or four. Oh,
It's
six
not
is Cantonese. Like so then when it comes to the 4 tones, like sometimes I get mixed
Mixed
up.
up, yeah.
Yeah, and then English.
For sure.
Oh, come on, mom. Then I have
Cantonese.
Cantonese. Yeah, Cantonese also. Cantonese. I would say conversational enough to speak with my grandparents because they are Cantonese. So yeah. Hokkien, I'm Hokkien, but no, I don't know Hokkien. But
that doesn't count then.
yeah, so that one doesn't count. And then Japanese a bit, maybe enough. I can understand, but when I speak it out, I might have a bit of buffer.
Lack. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I used to learn Japanese, but then I started learning Korean and I forgot most
Everything about
of it. And yeah, Korean, of course, that one is like conversational. Not really expert lah, but yeah,
Conversational.
conversational enough, daily conversation. So yeah, that's like 5 too. So
Yeah.
so when we talk about learning language, for sure, like the 3 basic ones, I don't think we have to put much effort into it. Do you think?
I mean, okay lah. If let's take it to an international level. Most people would only know one language.
Yeah, English.
English, right? English or your mother tongue.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
one
yeah.
of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then, if you come from a country that doesn't speak English as a native tongue, then you would most likely have 2 languages. So your mother tongue plus English.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
yes.
So by average, most people are bilingual.
Yeah.
By nature, most people are bilingual unless you are exactly from the US or England. Then you're really pretty much stuck with one unless you go out of your way to learn another one.
Because they do have like Spanish classes or German classes. They
yeah,
do have it, but it's not enough for them to like converse
Yes,
daily.
exactly.
Yeah.
So by nature, that's why.
Disclaimer though. That's what we personally think.
That's
from
what we. That's what we. Yeah. That's
see
what
what
we
we
think,
see and
what we perceive with what we have interacted with
yeah.
with our international friends.
So yeah.
So yeah, by nature, most people will just categorize that as bilingual.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the added advantage. So people who live in Malaysia and Singapore would have the slight advantage where we are more likely to speak 3 languages.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't say like fluent, but at least it's enough for like a daily conversation. Like let's not talk about like grammatical and stuff. That one is like
That's not functional language.
I mean, some people. It depends. Like I do get
Functionally conversable language. Well, that's our definition of language today.
he's saying that because he knows that I'm very picky when it comes to language sometimes.
That's why I have to make it clear.
I can't help it. My mom is an English
And of course,
teacher.
if you're an immigrant of a foreign country, then you
Yeah.
have a higher chance of being multilingual as well.
Yeah, exactly. So like from birth, I feel like Malaysians and Singaporeans, from birth you would basically have Malay and English, almost.
Yeah.
And then if you're
At the
Chinese,
minimum,
yeah, if you're Chinese, then you have Mandarin.
with your dialects.
Yeah, with your dialects. If you are like yeah.
If you're
People-
Indian, then you have multiple more dialects.
if you're an Indian who goes to Chinese school, then you have even more. because one of my friends in secondary school, she goes to a Chinese school, so she can speak Chinese and she can speak Tamil, she can speak English, she can speak Malay. So it's like 1 shot 4 language.
1 shot 4, and then we're not even counting her other dialects.
Yeah.
Because Indians have another complex system of dialects as well.
Yeah, it's not just the Chinese, So
Yeah, when we speak Chinese, we mean as Mandarin.
yeah, actually Mandarin.
Yeah, we specifically mean Mandarin.
No, but then we have a lot of dialects in
As
Malay.
well, yeah.
Even in Malay, like my Malay dialect is mostly the Pantai Timur, East Coast, the
Yeah.
East Coast dialect because I'm from there. So basically, contrary to what a lot of people think, my Malay is like native level Malay with the dialect.
Yeah.
That's why it's a bit people get really surprised when I speak the dialect sometimes. It's like don't be scared. I'm just
good at it.
I'm just being comfortable with you. So yeah, that's basically what happens when you live in a multiracial, a very very multiracial country. Like, I'm not saying other countries are not, but ours is like freaking multiracial.
It's not like very common examples: China, Japan, and Korea. They are
Yeah.
very homogeneous in race.
Ours is like you have a good mix of everyone inside. Yeah, maybe there is a majority of Malays
There's a majority, but we are quite blended.
Yeah, we're quite well blended. Like maybe 2 Malays, 1 Chinese, 1 Indian, like that kind of blend, It's not like, whoa, 10 Indians, 1 Chinese, 1 Malay. Like,
Yeah.
probably not that huge, So yeah, those are the languages that we grew up with. So I don't think there's much. But for me, when it comes to English, for Mandarin, I cannot write.
Yeah.
Because I don't go to Chinese school. I was taught at home to
Yeah.
speak, and same with Cantonese. But as for Malay, my dialect comes from speaking with other people.
The natives.
Yeah, the natives, when you just start to adapt to them. Then you have the English. English is reading.
Yeah.
Quite to people's country, I read more for English. That's how I get like my command of English most of the time. So yeah. And then that's it. For other languages like Japanese and Korean, I was talking to another friend the other day, and then he was so surprised by the fact that despite speaking Korean, despite the fact that I can speak Korean like a native, I don't know, but yeah, that's what he thinks. Despite that fact, I don't have any books that is like a Korean textbook or anything. I don't have that. None of that. And I just learned solely based on songs, dramas, and variety shows. And he was just so mind blown by that, and I'm just like, I just picked it up like that. It's the same with Japanese back then. I just picked it up like that, you know. And it's just recently for Korean, I started reading a little bit more Korean texts, you know, just to familiarize.
Oh yeah.
So I think everyone has their different learning types.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but for me, I prefer more of like a
Cultural,
conversational
approach.
approach. So that is how I learn a language. So I it's a bit hard for me to really tell you, you know, you need textbooks or whatsoever to actually study a language. But yeah, other than the languages that we know, I feel like some other languages that I want to learn would be like French.
Okay.
French is like so hot and romantic. Ah, I'm sorry.
Until you come to number counting.
Oh. And also French. We have French. German is, I feel it's cool. German is cool.
I feel like if you want to learn German, you're more likely because you want to study there. There's a higher chance you want to study there.
I mean,
so
not me, but I'm just interested in language, you know. I kind of
a
have
polyglot by nature. A
Yeah.
polyglot enthusiast
yeah, I kind of like have this
urge.
quote unquote talent in myself when it comes to learning languages. So yeah, and what language do you still have? Tagalog. Tagalog. I have some Filipino friends, and I'm quite interested to learn that as well.
Putay!
Filipinos, please rate his.
I haven't finished everything, so.
Ah! Then what else do we have? Tamil. Tamil is actually quite interesting. Tamil is quite interesting.
Tamil or Hindi?
I mean, considering the fact that most of our lecturers are Hindi, so are Indians, and also Arabic.
Yeah,
Here's a fun fact. I actually had Arab language classes in primary school. I had like about 3 years of exposure because I was in an all Malay school. I was the only Chinese, so I was stupid, so I just went along with everyone, and when they gave me the textbooks, I just take them with me. So I got Arabic textbooks as well. And the thing is, I didn't formally learn it much because as a kid, I wasn't listening in class. So I do actually know a little like basic Arabic greeting, like shukran, and like when you give me the number, I can read the numbers, but that's about it.
I mean, that's good enough.
But I feel like it's such a waste because I was already like one step in. I could have just, but they pulled me out of the class, so it's kind of like.
You put your left foot in. You put your left foot out.
I mean, it's because I wasn't aware of that, you know. So when
We're
they pulled,
kids, man.
So when they pulled me out, I didn't know. All I thought was just, But when it comes to exam, I took Arab exams. There was a few times where I actually got a B.
Oh yeah.
Where I actually got a B without knowing anything. I was just bullshitting through it.
Subconsciously, you already know your material, man.
and since we're talking about Arab, I think it would be worth to learn Jawi. I mean, it's not really much practice, but I feel like I would be proud to know Jawi because not a lot of people use it. Not a lot of people know it, but it's actually our culture. It's a Malay culture to know Jawi because in the past, people write Jawi. They don't write Malay. Before all this Romanization came about, it was all about Jawi. Like my mom could actually read Jawi, and she's like reading it to me the other day when we took out like all her old birth certificates and there was Jawi on it, and I was just like so impressed by her reading it. Like, yo. So yeah, I really want to learn Jawi. if anyone wants to teach me, I'll be more than happy to be your student. What about you? What language do you think you want to learn?
Right now, I kind of want to just pick up Tamil and Hindi or just any Indian dialect.
Just to be able to speak to lecturers?
Just able to speak to any Indian friends. I want to build a better bond with the patients in the future as well.
Oh, yeah.
I find it very obvious when, especially the older generations,
Oh, yes.
because they are not very familiar with English, and sometimes their command of Malay is not strong either.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't really. Sometimes they don't understand me. I don't understand them.
Yes.
So if only I know a few words like Vali is pain. So I'll just go at them and like how we said the art of mimicry. I'll just shake my head and go, Vali. Then they're Vali. Or like,
Yeah, actually same. Like another thing that I want to do is like I want to learn as many languages as I want. Just because I feel like as medical practitioners especially, it's such an important language is such an important tool for you to actually be able to treat your patient. Like it doesn't matter whether you're a nurse or physiotherapist or whatever, as long as you're in the medical field and you have to deal with patients, it's so important for you to know the language, at least, whatever basic and common words that they use, because you really need to find out. One small miscommunication or misinterpretation is enough to like throw you off from the diagnosis, which is bad. So yeah, like anyone who wants to learn languages.
Oh, one more.
Oh, what?
We forgot one of the most important one, sign language.
Oh yes. Oh my god, sign language, please. I know you know sign language.
I know a little bit of sign language, but I haven't. That's the thing. I haven't properly trained with someone who speaks sign language for a living.
We probably should teach each other, and then from across the class, then we'll just be like signing, and then you just be like signing back, and then people just be like, what the fuck is this dude doing?
The best thing I know in sign language is sign slower.
Okay, you need to
sign slower. I know sign language, but I'm not very good.
Yes, okay, we need to make it like a next year goal thing. We need to learn sign language. So yeah, I feel like we have a lot more to explore, but for now that's all from us about learning languages. In the meantime,
ATF.
we judge!
Bye.